Monk Podcast. Had a little seat right there. After this, you have to do something that you don't want to do. But for now, it's a Drunk Monk Podcast. Back up.
Hey, ready, set, go. Here we are.
We are here.
We're here.
We are here.
We are so here.
We are here for
We're
you.
So here.
This is what we're here for, and that's for you. All you Drunk Monk listeners. There's so many of you guys now.
Oh my
and
gosh.
It makes us happy.
If anyone ever keeps track, these podcasts are the ones we do at night when Will does not have anywhere else to be after this. I don't know if you can tell the difference in tone.
No,
he's a little cocksure. That's a real word. I know it sounds dirty, but it's like a literary word.
Is it spelled
Yeah, it's spelled like
COCKSUR?
Sure, but I feel like it's from a fancy book and not like internet porn.
What's the exact meaning behind it?
Like confidence, right? That makes sense, though.
Yeah,
it sounds like
Cocksure.
is what it means.
That's who I am.
Oh, we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah, we didn't introduce ourselves.
I am Keiko Genna.
Who you know from Gilmore Girls.
He is a special Will Ashtoy.
Who is cocksure.
And we're here to talk about Monk in a drunken fashion. And this episode is season 3, episode 1. Mr. Monk takes Manhattan.
Does he really take Manhattan?
Oh my God, no. No, he doesn't.
He does not.
Manhattan, I don't think Mr. Monk had a chance.
I think Manhattan takes Monk.
Oh, yeah. If there was a dominant in that relationship, it would definitely be Manhattan. It's not Mr. Monk.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
First of all, we're season 3. We're in season 3. Season 2 was great. And I was very excited to see where season 3 takes us as a series, and it does not disappoint.
This is a good one. I remembered this before even we started watching it. As I say all the time, as a kind of a weird brag. It's just the facts. But yeah, this is a good one. So shall we summarize real quick before we talk about what we liked?
Yeah. Monk and the gang end up in New York to investigate the murder of Trudy, Monk's wife.
Yes, they've gotten a lead at the cliffhanger of last season from Dale the Whale, who said that the name Warwick Tennyson and that he lives in New York.
As soon as they get there, there's an ambassador from Latvia who is also staying at the same hotel who gets shot, and the NYPD gets involved, and they kind of thwart Monk's chances of finding out more information about Trudy because they get involved. And so the deal is, if they're able to solve the murder of the Latvian ambassador, then they will allow Monk to talk to Warwick Tennyson and find out more information about Trudy.
Right. So it's very high stakes. Also because apparently Warwick Tennyson, his kidneys are failing, so he's only got a couple days to live. So there's a real clock on this issue.
But it's not a replica clock.
Oh my God, that was recurring. Poor Randy.
So Randy just gets duped into buying 2 fake watches. One happens to have instructions that are in Korean.
Yeah.
I could read them. I wouldn't understand them, but I could read it.
You could sound them out.
I could sound out the letters of the Korean alphabet. But so he ends up not being able to tell the correct time because of his watches. Yeah.
And at the end, his quote unquote new watch smokes
and catches on
fire. Was there any time that you remember being duped? Are you gullible?
I'm a gullible person, yes.
Yeah.
Not duped in the way where I would, in terms of like buying something fake or buying something. I don't think that I've ever fallen victim to that.
I do feel like I am being duped presently because I might have mentioned this before, but my accountant makes me nervous. He is like the nicest guy ever. He always gives me a hug. He's this older Jewish man, and he's the sweetest to me. But I'm very afraid to do math in front of him. Like if I have to write a check and then like have to, balance my checkbook in front of him, it causes me anxiety. But also, so there's this sheet of paper don't anybody tell him if you know who my accountant is. Don't bring this up. But there's a sheet of paper that showed up a couple years ago that I sign, and I'm pretty sure it just says like, he's not responsible for anything if something bad happens.
Why would you sign that?
I know, because I have to, because he talks really fast.
Oh, no.
And
he's totally stealing money from you.
no, he's not stealing. I don't think he's stealing money from me, but I think if there ever was an issue, also don't talk to the IRS about me if you guys know people in the IRS. I don't want to be audited. My receipts are just piled in a drawer. So I'm real vulnerable. But I mean, we've logged them, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the point is that I know that I probably should be more careful, but I have a little bit of that white coat thing. You know that famous study where they had the study, the guy was in the white coat, and then the study that the people were giving pain to the people on the other side of the glass, and then they only did it they like did it until the person supposedly passed out. They thought the other person passed out just because the person in white coat was telling them to do that. The study I'm talking about. I'm not giving any details or names or time periods.
I do.
Okay, so everybody knows that thing. But and when I'm watching it, I'm so angry. Like, I think I would never, but I think I would. I think I would freaking push that button while someone else is possibly
getting shocked. Right?
Yeah, and passing out and maybe dying of a heart condition on the other side. I hate myself. I hate myself.
I want to say I wouldn't, but
I know.
I don't
but would
know.
you?
I don't know.
But in reality,
I kind of want to be in that situation to find out.
I know.
So I was a psych major in college, so we learned a lot about those experiments and stuff like that.
So you should know the name of that study.
I should know. I don't. But one experiment that I do know, which is the Stanford prison experiment, where normal people were assigned either to be jailers or the jailees, prisoners and guards. And then if you don't know this experiment, the guards really took on the role of being a guard, and they started like kind of abusing the people who were jailers, and it was this whole study and stuff. And I want to say I wouldn't do that, but who knows?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like when you're in a situation that is high pressured and everyone is starting to believe it, I think I might start believing it too.
Yeah, they did. Because I watched a movie about one of these experiments, and part of it is that everybody gets into the like an elevator or something, and the people that are already in the elevator are in on it, and they all face the wrong way. Have you seen this? And it's like under a minute where someone comes into a situation and assesses the situation and just adjusts. Even though it's wrong and doesn't make sense,
right? But because
there are 5 other people in there, and there are a ton of different examples of this. There's a line study where people, don't. But
it makes you feel uncomfortable to be the one different, even though what you are doing is correct.
Now, here's where we're gonna talk about Enneagram stuff. Maybe just a snare, but there are people who are like oddballs. It doesn't have to be
the Enneagram. What's the Enneagram?
Well, the Enneagram is like a personality test. We don't need to get into it, but basically, I think the people that actually would do best in these situations are people who aren't conventional all the time. I like to think that, I had this heroic moment when it was pressed upon me, but probably not. But there are people who live their lives in an unconventional way, where they a little bit don't feel like rules necessarily apply to them, and that's to their favor and not to their favor.
Right.
But in these situations, I think those people do better because they're not as conforming.
Right.
So that's a little bit about how, we went off topic, but that's a little bit about what the summary of this episode was about. But was there anything particularly that you liked about this episode?
Yes, there was so much. Actually, I wrote a lot of notes on this one because I felt like a lot happened.
It's heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of hits a lot of different beats in this story because you see a lot of Monk's craziness come out because he's in a place that is uncomfortable for him, especially New York. So you see his kind of neurotic tendencies come out. You see humor in that, but you also see when they address Trudy, the issue of Trudy, how the mood or the tone of the episode even changes, especially towards the end of the episode. So yeah, I feel like it hits a lot of really strong beats in this episode, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was a very solid episode.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I remember from it, and this is a series thing, not just a season thing or not just this episode thing, but at the very end, and you know what I'm talking about, but Mr. Monk is faced with the person that created the car bomb that killed his wife. He's looking at him dying at this moment under morphine in the hospital bed, and the man is asking for forgiveness. And there's a moment where Monk and Tony Shalhoub is so wonderful in this, just overrun with emotion. And he's asked everybody to leave, and he presses the machine that's administering the morphine, and he turns it off. And he says, "This is me turning off your morphine." And the emotional moment that he goes through, and this actor who plays Warwick Tennyson is brilliant too. You're just so nervous for him. And then the line that Tony Shalhoub has when he comes back, he says, "And this is Trudy, the woman that you killed, turning it back on."
Yeah.
And I will replay that moment because it tells you so much about who Adrian Monk is.
Mhm.
It tells you so much about who Trudy was.
Mhm.
It tells you so much about what Trudy meant to him. Oh, and the other line, and then I'll stop. But the other line is when Warwick Tennyson is looking at Adrian and says, "Oh, you were the husband." And Adrian says, "I am the husband." And that also tells you the state of mind that he's in. He is her husband still. That's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, that last scene was really good. When he pressed that button to turn off the morphine, I was like, oh, shoot. Like, there is a dark place that we see in Monk that, has shown up in bits and pieces and throughout the previous two seasons. But in this one, when he turned it off, I was like, whoa, okay. And then when he turns it back on and he says that it's because of Trudy, I don't know, like that was it was an insightful moment to kind of see who Monk is. He's not just this happy-go-lucky character that, even though he's not even happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, he's not so light in that moment.
Yeah.
There's a darkness, a rawness that
Mhm.
you see, and you feel the nerve
Yeah.
and the anger.
Yeah. And like that's great character development,
Yeah.
that we haven't really been able to see in the previous two seasons.
And I like when Stottlemyre leaves because
Yeah.
because he knows. He like grabs his hand and he
Yeah.
says, "Are you sure you want me to leave?" And
Yeah.
everything's happening in his eyes of, "Don't do what I know you want to do."
Yeah, exactly.
Which is something that they established earlier in
Yeah,
the other episode.
in the other episode, yeah. Yeah, and like that moment where Stottlemyre grabs his hand, it's like it also shows how much he cares in an earlier scene where Stottlemyre is talking to, I believe his name is Walt.
Oh, the
other
other
cop?
detective, yeah.
Yeah, the other cop
Walt
from New York.
Cage, I think. Detective
Yeah,
Cage.
and he kind of gets mad at Walt because he was promised to be able to talk to Warwick Tennyson, and he's angry that that's what they came for, and especially to help Monk. And that was like a really cool moment to see how much Stottlemyre cares about Monk as much as Monk annoys him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple of other cute things besides the whole annoying Monk, which we'll get into when we talk about how crazy Monk is, which is so much of what I've written down. But a favorite, we touched on it earlier, is Randy. Now, here's something that I just caught this time after watching. This may be the third or fourth time that I've seen this episode. Randy flat out says it at the beginning. They said, "What happened?" And Randy says, "Maybe the shooter switched coats." Did you catch that? It happens real fast, and it's one of the few times where Randy actually says, before we get to the very end, where this is a big part of figuring out the episode, but Randy flat out says it, which I love because this is also one of the silliest Randy episodes you're gonna see because he's such a noob to the city.
Yeah.
But there is that moment of clarity, which I don't know. I'd have to search the database of my Swiss cheese brain to find another time where Randy flat out says, a very important piece of the puzzle,
right?
accurately.
Because Randy has always been the one that throws out. He like spitballs ideas, and they're always
and they're always
absurd.
crazy.
Yeah, they're always absurd. But in this moment, yeah, he was able to nail it on the head on that one. Yeah, it was good. The mystery part was good. It wasn't like maybe fantastic, but it was good.
Yeah.
The actor who ends up being the murderer, the actor, his name is Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who if you guys are watching The Walking Dead right now, he's Negan, you guys, all you Walking Dead heads. He's the big bad right now in Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. His story, we'll get to it. I have a plot hole.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll get to him, but yeah, we do see kind of two special guests in this episode, which is Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and the other one is McKelty Williamson, who is the other cop.
Oh, okay, great.
And he's been in like Forrest Gump and stuff like that.
And
then we recognize one other guy.
Oh my god, we have to say
this. We have to talk about him.
Oh man, one of the best improvisers in America.
I would say so. Yeah, his name is Bob Dassey. He is a part of Dasariski, which is a team. I believe they started in Chicago and then they came over here and they're all here now.
And he's a part of Quartet also.
Mm-hmm. And he plays the sketch artist in the episode. And right when he came out, I was like, oh my god, it's Bob Dassey.
Yeah.
We should have reached out to him and told him to come in on this episode.
We didn't ask you to come on this episode. This is a perfect excuse to have an hour-long drunken conversation with Bob Dassey.
Yeah, exactly.
And have him do
There's no improv.
There's no improv. I mean, there's no improv on this. On our. I mean, we have real people that come visit. But yes, Bob. Oh, another thing, Sharona Halo. Just want to point it out. Even in the most dark scene in the hospital, there's still like faint Sharona Halo. Because you know how hospitals are.
But yeah, so that's basically it. I guess we can move on to the next section.
Yeah. So we're not going to mention the two. I don't know. Are they marker daisies that someone has done? Has the kid been drawing on you? It almost seems like there's multiple layers of I call them daisies. I don't know. It's that specific. It's a flower on your cheeks.
Flower on my cheek. Yes.
Like different colors.
I know.
Like washed off.
I mean, okay.
I don't.
Okay, I know this baby is related to Toby. Yes. But it's the cutest baby, and I will let him do anything to me. He's so cute.
He's like, what's that Stark girl that's on Game of Thrones?
Oh, Arya Stark?
Yeah. I mean, he's not tough like that.
No,
but there's like that glint, that sparkle in his eye. You know, he's just a baby.
Right.
But
I just hope that
something like that.
I just hope, unlike Arya Stark, that I don't get killed by her because she has a hit list.
Oh, that's right. No, she does. I guys, because of RJP, our improv group, I had to watch. I didn't have a choice. I had to watch Game of Thrones because there's only so much of an outsider that you can stand to be, and they're all nuts. So I know Arya Stark, and she does have a hit list.
Yeah. So
he wouldn't. You think? What's his name? Does he have a name?
Yeah, his name. The baby's name is Gubbler.
Gubbler with a U.
Yeah, with a U.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
One day, hopefully, when Gubbler's old enough, he can come on this podcast. I would let Gubbler on the podcast, but not Toby though. Yeah, one day though.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay. Oh shoot. Speaking of Toby, can you I know you're making those fajitas.
Keiko, why'd you pronounce it like that?
Isn't that how they're pronounced? I know you're making the fajitas in the kitchen, but we need you to do the next segment. Just come over real quick. Why are you wearing an apron and nothing else?
Oh, God.
Toby, stop it.
Toby, no.
Just play the... Why are you wearing... Oh, just play the next thing.
Don't turn around, Toby. Stop. No.
Just play towards us.
Plot holes.
Oh.
Ew.
No, I don't want to see yours.
Yeah.
Plot holes.
I don't want to. Toby.
Get back in the kitchen.
What? Facing chasing us
I'm
back
not-
to the kitchen.
Okay, I'm normally a pescatarian, so I wasn't gonna eat those fajitas anyway. But I'm definitely not gonna eat them now.
Ew! I don't ever want to say the word plot holes ever again.
We have no choice. It's this segment. Okay. Just. I don't know. What
Okay.
do you have any? Oh, that's just images seared into my brain.
Ew. Okay. I'm only gonna say one major plot hole.
Oh, okay, great.
One
Okay.
major plot hole.
I think I might know it.
So major, Keiko. I
I
can't
know.
stand how major this plot hole
I
is.
know.
I hope it's the same thing that you're
It's
thinking.
probably
Okay,
the same one.
you say all of your little plot holes, and I'll say my big one.
I also kind of only have really the one huge plot hole. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's different. Let's say it at the same time.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
This is the one really major plot hole in this episode. This is brilliant. Otherwise, brilliant episode.
Yes.
Okay.
One, two, three.
They
Why
switch
didn't
codes.
He asked the man. Huh? Wait, what are you saying?
Wait, what are you saying?
Why didn't he just ask the ambassador to switch the coat with him instead of having to kill him?
Okay.
Oh,
yes,
what's yours?
No, that's okay. Well, mine is only slightly different. How did he? After he shot them? How did he
Switch the
then
coat.
switch the? How did he then? Like they're dying and people are rushing towards the elevator, but somehow he got the dead man's coat off of him, took his coat off, put it arms all the way into the other coat, then got the other coat back on him
in a span of like 5 seconds.
Not even 5. Yeah, I don't even know how long.
No, but seriously though, you guys, why didn't he just ask the man to switch coats? He could have just went up to the man and been like, "Hey, I'm wearing your coat. You're wearing my coat. You know that you're wearing my coat because you."
Okay, the only tiny thing is that I think maybe he was afraid that person had already discovered the necklace.
But how would he have even known about this necklace?
Think probably. Okay, so for those of you who are completely confused, there's a big point in this about the reason why this ambassador gets killed is that he's wearing another man's coat. And the reason why that's a big deal is because in the pocket of this coat is a necklace that would have implicated the killer in another murder that had just happened, because it was part of his reasoning of why there would have been a robber that had killed his wife. So that is what happened, but it is the most ridiculous. It's close to Face Off level of ridiculousness of previous seasons.
Yes.
It's kind of up there. But did you notice also, Will, how they managed that in the Here's What Happened?
They kind of skimmed through it.
Yeah. So they obviously, the writers knew this is kind of ridiculous. We can't actually show it in flashback because it makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
So we'll do this kind of highly emotional distraction by making Monk obsessed with a urinator, someone who urinated in the subway.
Right.
So Monk, in when he's telling the Here's What Happened, is distracted purposefully by another element so that he rushes through that part of the story because you couldn't you could not show that in flashback.
Yeah. Hey, Keiko.
Oh my god. Yes.
Hey, Keiko.
Yeah.
Do you urinate in public?
Are
you jealous of men that they can urinate?
Yes, I am in some situations. Like if there's a camping situation or sometimes where there's a crazy drive. Yes, I'm like, what the F, man? Although I will say, I tried my hardest in Vegas to give the stinkiest stink eye I could to these group of 5 guys that were urinating like in the afternoon, not far away like they should, but in the bushes, like a little hedge 20 feet away from the Golden Nugget entrance in Vegas. Guys, first of all,
get your lives together.
They're all like whatever. They don't. I tried my hardest to like make them feel bad. I don't think they did.
Yeah.
What about you? When? No, I'm not going to ask if you have. I assume you
I
have.
have,
All men
yes,
have.
yes.
When was the most recent time?
Oh, that's a good
Why
question.
is it ooh like cool?
No, no, no.
Why is it
Ooh, as in like I
ugh,
haven't done it in a
cool?
long time.
Right.
The last time I think I've done it was must have been years ago. When I was at like a club and we're drinking lots of drinks and then we were outside and I was like I gotta pee but I don't want to go inside.
And you said we because there was like guys also.
Yeah, yeah. It was
So
like
other guys had to do it too.
Probably.
Okay, outside. How far away do you have to be another man? I understand urinals. There's like a
Yeah.
they're right next to each other. But is there like a boundary?
You
Like 2 feet? I mean, how far away do you need to be to urinate next to a guy out in the outdoors?
right. I would say you want to give them space and you want your own space. So I would say like maybe 10 feet. But
You know how much
yeah.
space women have to have?
You guys need a whole radius of space.
Yeah, if there's not a bush, you need like maybe 400 feet. You need to be a dot in the periphery, unless you can find if you're lucky enough to find a bush, because you gotta squat.
Well, when's the
and people
last
know.
time? When's the last time you
the last
urinated in
time?
public?
I think it was something like Joshua Tree situation.
Okay, well that's different.
Yeah,
because it's not really public. It's outside, but it's not public though.
What do you mean?
Like it's not in front of like it's not like in a city. Joshua Tree is like in
in a city.
Yeah.
But it wasn't but it wasn't sanctioned. I mean, it was like on a road. It was a puppet shoot. And there was no bathroom nearby,
right,
so
right,
I had
right.
yeah,
You just
okay.
had to go on the side of the road or something.
Yeah.
It must be so hard.
It's hard.
It's real
hard. It's real hard being a woman.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey Will.
Yeah.
Hey Will.
Yes.
Are you a feminist?
I am.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's an easy question. I don't even understand why that would be a hard question to answer.
Yeah, I believe.
I don't get it sometimes
I
on the
believe in-
internet. I don't get why that's a hard question to answer.
Yeah, I believe that women should get paid equally.
Yeah.
I believe that women should have the rights that men have. Why not? We're all human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we solved that problem in less than a minute.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on, internet. Get with the program.
You know who I know
Who
would
you know?
also be a feminist? And
Hmm.
I say this just because of the smell. And that's a weird thing to say.
That is weird.
It's so weird. But I saw the business cards for your new roommate, who's a pet sitter or pet walker. What's
Pet
the
walker.
proper pet walker?
Yeah.
It has like a perfumey scent.
Right.
Like he or she like spritzed it.
Mm-hmm.
I only say he or she because the name on the card is ambiguous. It just says Joe. But it's like musty, but a little bit cinnamony. And it was one of those things where I took a few,
Mm-hmm.
but just like sit in a warm place and smell that card.
Yeah.
From smells, I assume that Joe is a feminist.
He is a man.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he is
Yeah,
a
he's a man.
feminist.
Okay. Great.
And he is fabulous.
Is he?
Yeah, very fabulous.
I knew it. Is he here?
Yeah, let me go get him. Hey.
Oh my God, you must be Joe.
I'm Joe. Are
Good.
you Keiko?
I'm Keiko. Good Lord, I have to call them locks because it's that kind of hair. Your locks are gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I love this.
What?
You, girl.
Me?
You are amazing. Look at your hair.
Okay.
Look at your skin. You look like you are 22 years old.
Oh my God. Can I just say, Joe, I kind of needed that. I've been feeling a little...
I believe that all women should feel really good about themselves.
Yeah?
Selves.
Maybe you should take that. Do you have a cough drop in your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm not telling you what to
feeling a
do. Maybe.
little sick.
Oh, there is something going around.
There's like a lot of people are really sick right now, and I'm just coming down with something, but that's not gonna hold me back.
That's good.
And I just want to say that you are amazing, and no one should ever tell you otherwise.
God. You know what I feel like? I feel like sometimes it's not even external people telling me that I'm bad. But it's also this kind of tape recorder in my own head,
Well, you know what?
which is like
You
hypercritical
gotta
or something.
fuck that tape recorder, okay? Like, just like don't even listen to it, okay? Because you are
Wow.
beautiful and you are strong and you are woman.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And I am an avid supporter of women because women give life. They create life, okay? Like,
Yeah.
what man can give life like a
Well,
woman
I-
can give life?
Well, not like a woman can give life, but I do feel like they are 50% of the. I mean, currently they're 50%. In the future, I don't know,
but they don't know. Men like me, we don't know what it feels like to carry a life in us, like a human being, and that should be celebrated.
yeah. You know what's so funny? This talk about womanhood and woman power. It's
Right.
Oh, I used to be obsessed with this television show, Xena Warrior Princess. Do you know this show?
Girl, I know. Calypso.
What's Calypso?
She's a character on
Oh.
Xena, the
Oh,
warrior
sorry.
princess.
Sorry. Which one was she?
I think. Oh no! Wait. What was the sidekick's name? I thought her name was Calypso.
I don't think her name was Calypso.
No. Or maybe Calypso was from Hercules.
It sounds familiar.
I just remembered there was a name called Calypso, and
Yeah, no, I think you are right. I just couldn't. It's been a little while, but
I don't remember her name right now.
Lucy Lawless. Yeah,
she was fierce.
yeah. Yeah. When you say that, I don't know what it is, but maybe this is off. But when you talk about women's power, in my brain, I always go to a similar image of just muscular thighs. And I know it's not about that. It's about like internal strength and
Right.
point of view and intelligence and emotional integrity. But when you talk about like strength of women, I think of like muscular thighs, leather corsets, and swords.
Keiko.
Yeah.
Keiko,
Is that wrong? Yeah. What?
When you think of strong woman, you know what you have to think of?
What?
You looking at a mirror.
Oh, I never think of strong women when it's me.
Look at you.
What?
Look at this mirror.
Oh, whoa. Oh my God, I've never seen a more bedazzled mirror. Okay.
Look at this. Look at this.
But I just see like big cheeks and like this weird age spot and like my hair that's not really short in a bob and not really long and grown out that I can curl into something, like more of a do.
I'm putting my hand over your eyes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm taking my hand out.
Okay.
Open your eyes. Do you see it? Do you see a strong woman?
I see myself. Whoa. Okay. That's weird. That's weird because like for a flash, for a second, it was like a cartoon, two-dimensional picture of myself, but then this glow, sparkle, energy. It was a flash. Was that what you're talking about?
That's you. You need to embrace that.
I think strong me is confident rocking rollerblades. I think strong me does not feel like my wrists are too thin to rock a bracelet of heft. I think strong me is okay with long eyelashes that maybe are double layered and not putting on glasses. Whoa.
I think Joe's work here is done. Poof.
Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. Why is it whenever we meet someone that's like spiritual and like has information for us, why do they always poof at the end? Why can't they be our like friends in real life? Why are they always just like poofed?
Maybe that's what they're here for. Maybe that's all they're here
Okay.
for. Maybe Joe is your honeysuckle.
Okay.
Wait, so does that mean I don't have a roommate anymore?
I kind of think no, bud. Yeah, hey, I have an idea. Now this is crazy. Might be crazy. What if you gave up on the roommate idea? Just hear me out. What if you just gave in and listed this as a bed and breakfast or something, or a
Like an
hostel,
Airbnb.
or an Airbnb? I just don't think you've ever had someone stay here longer than a week and a half.
You know what? That's actually a good idea.
Do you think?
Yeah, I actually really think that's a good idea.
Especially before the city of Los Angeles, and this is a real thing, starts to regulate Airbnbs more strictly and make you pay taxes like a hotel, etc.
Yeah, I gotta get on that before.
Just a thought financially.
Oh God,
the smoke.
That residue smoke.
But it does taste like cinnamon. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it does smell really nice, but
it like tastes and smells like cinnamon. It's it's crazy.
All right.
Oh my God, Joe. Okay.
Okay. Toby, do something about this.
Oh, okay, Toby. I don't know where he found cute little girly cargo shorts, but I'll accept. Are those my cargo shorts?
Toby, that's rude. Why are you wearing Keiko shorts?
Are those my cargo shorts, Toby? I didn't even bring them.
Oh, Toby just said it's because he's a feminist. He wants
Does that mean I can't be mad?
He wants to know what it feels like to wear.
I don't think that's what it means to be a feminist.
To be subjected to wear the clothes that.
But those are cargo shorts. I don't. Okay. Logic. I'm not sure. All right.
Toby, get it right. Okay.
All right. Okay, Toby, be honest. Be honest with me. Are you at least wearing underwear?
Oh.
I knew it. Keep them. They do look cute. God damn it. Okay, here's the thing, Will. Those cargo shorts look better on Toby than they do on me. Fact.
True.
Okay.
Toby has great legs.
He does. But because I am a strong woman, right?
Yes.
I am okay with it. And on that note, Toby. How crazy was Monk this episode?
Out of 10 sachets. Out of 10 Monk sachets. How crazy was Monk this episode?
Oh man, that's good.
That's a good
That's
one.
good. There were you gotta sorry guys, some of these jokes are purely visual and physical, and I can't explain.
You just have to watch.
You have to watch this episode. Fast forward through the coat stuff that's weird, and it's pause on Bob Dassey. Go, that's who Bob Dassey is. Then fast forward to the sashaying part. So, how many out of 10 sachets?
Yes. What do you give him, Keiko?
9.5, man.
The highest of the show so far.
Okay, I'm pulling back. 9.3.
9.3.
Officially 9.3. Final answer 9.3.
9.3.
He was crazy.
He was crazy.
I can't get through all of these I listed down for how crazy he is.
Yes. I'm gonna give him a 9.
Yeah. No, is this the first time I'm higher than you? I'm usually lower than you.
What are you talking about? I'm lower than you.
Oh, it is?
What? Are you drunk?
Well, I am.
Are you drunk, Monk?
No, really? Are you usually lower?
I'm always lower than you. I don't think Monk is as crazy as you think Monk is crazy.
Okay. So 9.3 sachets. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this list, to be honest.
Oh yeah, there's just so many. Let's list 2 of the most crazy things that he did.
All right.
Just know that in this episode, there's so many things.
Your top 2 most crazy things.
We can both agree on the number one crazy thing that he did when he was on that podium with
yes.
with the guy who is telling people that they're going to hell or whatever and calling people fornicators.
Yes, Monk has a susceptibility to cults. Yeah. So in about, I don't know, we assume 15 minutes real time, he has gone from a scared stranger in New York to standing on a soapbox and yelling at people that they are fornicators because he has run into a crazy person, I'm assuming, in New York testifying.
A good crazy that we see is him being extremely good at the card game where there's 3 cards.
Yes,
a
right.
man is playing the game where there's a queen and he's shuffling around these 3 cards and Monk is able to pinpoint the queen card every time. But then he believes that the guy who is dealing that game is going to come back with his game license.
Right.
So, I mean...
Also, that segues a little bit back into my plot holes thing, which I have a question about this. All you shysters and you little cheats out there, you little cheats out there, you got to let me know if this is true or not. When you're conning someone, there's a trick, right? Don't you actually hide the quote unquote queen so there actually is not a queen to be found, right? That's the whole thing, is that it's a trick.
It's a sleight of hand.
Yeah, it's a sleight of hand, so they take the queen off the table.
Another crazy thing, and this will be the last crazy thing that I say, is the gloves. He kind of chases down a girl who's only wearing 1 glove.
Yes.
And he has to correct her and takes her glove away, and then she ends up having the other glove in her pocket or something like that.
Well, he puts it in her pocket. Oh, puts so that he's like, "Show me your hands, show me your hands," so that they're even.
And then she takes it back
and she takes it immediately back out half a second afterwards. I do think that one of the big blind sides is when he doesn't understand sarcasm at all, and that happens for sure in this episode where the officer says, "Oh, do you want us to shut down Midtown Manhattan so that you can focus?" And he said, "Would that be problematic?" or whatever he says. And those moments where you're like, "Oh man."
Yeah.
Or when nobody wants to share a room.
Yeah.
When no one wants to share a room with Monk.
Yeah.
Because he's crazy.
He's crazy. Question for you. Have you been to New York?
I have been to New York.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
I love New York.
You do?
I don't think I could live there long term, but I do love it, and I wish I could go back like every year because I love the city. I love it. It's so different from LA. It's so different, and I just need that change of pace sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
I do. So this is what's so easy about this whole situation is all that needs to happen is someone needs to, again, create a website. That's the first step. Put a shopping cart on said website.
Right.
Also find a venue in New York that would want to host a Drunk Monk podcast
right.
taping, handle all of the booking, the ticket sales, our flight, because I don't like to get on the computer and look for flights and get us all the way over there. Book our hotels, make sure that we have transportation.
I think we have a friend who lives in New York. Her name is Christine, who hosts the Shipping Room podcast.
Oh, do we really? Okay, so guys, this is even simpler than creating a website. Just bombard Christine of the Shipping Podcast
to host us. I think she would do it. Hey, Christine, I know you listen to this. You would do that. I'm pretty sure you would. Thanks, Christine.
Thanks, Christine.
But yeah, I love New York. Even though the last time I was in New York, it treated me so badly.
Why? You know, she's the fifth character in Sex and the City.
Oh,
how did she treat you?
She gave me extreme food poisoning.
Oh, ooh.
Extreme, guys, extreme.
Ooh, gross.
It was. I never had food poisoning up until that point in my life. It was Gatorade for days, y'all.
Ew. Okay.
But I do love I love the city. I love New York.
I like it too. Last time I traveled to, I think it was the last time I traveled to New York. I traveled with Tracy Katakiriyama.
Hey,
Tracy.
Dude, we're just shouting out all of these
I don't
people.
think she listens to this
She doesn't
podcast.
listen to the
Hey
podcast.
guys, if any of my friends that are also friends with Tracy, don't tell her to listen to this podcast, but just like say things like on the side, like on the slide. But anyway, Tracy Katsukiriyama is the best person to travel with
Aw.
because she is a planner, y'all.
Oh, guys, I need more of that in my
She
life.
is a planner. She does the research. She prints out the pages. She prints out the maps with a little highlighter. She walks about 5 times as fast as I do. That's the only challenge. But other than that, find yourself a Tracy.
Nice. This episode's gonna be a little bit longer, only because there's just so much to talk about. But we do need to talk about Trudy and the information that we find out by the end of this episode. So we're done with How Crazy Was Monk. We gave him a 9.3 and a 9. Sachets. But guys, this is a major plot development. We find out a huge clue about who killed Trudy, which is this man who has 6 fingers.
Yes, we have to talk about the 6-fingered man.
Yeah.
I love and hate this in the same way that I love and hate Dale the Whale. I feel like there's a little bit of a fantastical element that Monk always has, but they go a little bit almost fairy tale in how evil and how physically large Dale is. Like, it's extreme. And then this physicality of this 6-fingered man, which I think works really well in The Princess Bride, because it is a fantasy and it's one of those fun details where, crazy things exist. I don't know. In Monk, it's a push and pull for me. It's hard. It's hard for me a little bit that particular detail. But what do you think, Will?
When they said he saw the hand, I thought it was gonna be the man with the scar, because that's what Monk saw.
What are you talking about? When? What do you mean?
When he gave is that Monk?
Are you talking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I was like,
oh my gosh.
I was like, that's a really good moment in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh my god, I totally got my TV shows confused.
It's okay. It's funny. And
oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Oh my god, my brain just went haywire right now.
Okay, we are not, because we first have to survive Monk. We're not going to get into another TV show, but I will say Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a pretty good TV show.
It's really
Don't you think?
Good. It's so good.
It's your mistake is inexcusable. I'm trying to glide past it.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Forget I said anything.
Oh, but Toby has brought you a plate of fajitas because he thought you were embarrassed.
Fajitas. Thanks,
brought
Toby.
You a plate of fajitas.
Toby, why are you wearing the apron backwards? No, Toby, we don't want to. We don't want to see. What do you?
That doesn't help. Just put my cargo shorts back on. Just put them back on. They're your cargo shorts now. I'm not taking them back.
With that said, thank you for listening to another episode of the Drunk Monk Podcast. We're excited about season 3. We hope that you're excited about season 3. Yes. I hope this episode is a glimpse into what more episodes will be like in the show and in the podcast episode.
Yeah. And let's hashtag bring back Monk.
Let's hashtag bring back Monk. Let's hashtag Netflix. Let's hashtag Gobbler to Drunk Monk. Let's hashtag Jason Gray Stanford to Drunk Monk. Let's get this going, you guys. Let's do it. Let's just go all out, guys.
As Nike says, because corporations are paper. Let's just do it.
And like Nike says, remember,
be safe.
Because it's a jungle out there.